Hey YouTube, it's Denise. I'm back again for part 2 of my double header today. I saw, if you watched my other video, I saw Unconditional, and then we went straight in, me, my sister, and my daughter and her daughter, we went straight into Pitch Perfect. Some of us, Social Bless and I, paid for 2 movies because we watched 2 movies. Some of us paid for 1 movie and saw 2 movies. I won't call any names, but it was me, Derica, Deidre, and Danita. And out of the 4, Deidre and I paid for the 2 movies. So that you figured out who the other 2 were. Anywho, we went and saw the movie Pitch Perfect, rated PG-13. And it was right under 2 hours, so but it didn't seem like a real long, lengthy movie. I've never seen Glee before, but I know my niece Danielle loves Glee, and I know her ex-roommate used to love Glee, and I hear people say all wonderful things about Glee and all of that, and that they, there are some Gleeks out there and everything. So I'm told that this movie is somewhat the same, or the same, genre, and if you like Glee, you'll probably like this movie. I'm not a Glee fan again, but I really like this movie. When I saw the previews, I thought, I am going to see this movie. Originally, I was told that in theaters, when they were showing the previews, they said it was going to start sometime in October, but I guess they got rave reviews on the trailers and whatever. They decided to bump it up. Anywho, whoever made that move, awesome move, because it was a great movie. I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed because it was so funny. But the person who really made the movie was Rebel Wilson, aka Fat Amy. She was so funny, and I knew she would be good in a movie because she was in Bridesmaids. And if you saw Bridesmaids, she was with the brother and sister who were roommates with the actual maid of honor in that movie. Rebel Wilson is in this movie, and she is so funny as Fat Amy. And to me, she was so good because it wasn't like she was just acting. It was just like that's her own natural bubbly personality, but it also didn't come across as fake, like I'm this jolly girl and fat girl, so everybody expects me to be, laughy, jokey, ha ha ha, to cover something up. She just seemed like she was genuine, like I'm sexy, yeah, and I know it. Oh, I loved her. I love when a big girl will rep like, and what? And that's how she was repping in that movie, like, I'm sexy, and this is how it is, but not over. It was just like subtle. So, again, Rebel Wilson was so funny. She just made this movie. I can't see this movie without her. There's only one black girl in the movie. Cynthia Rose is what her name is on there, but my daughter told me that she's the one who does the rap or does something with Chris Brown on what is the name? She told me the song, Drop It Low, Drop It Low, girl. That song, whatever. Anywho, she was pretty good in that movie. The cast went together pretty good. If they were singing, I don't know if they were really singing these songs themselves, but if they were, they did a really good job, whoever was singing. And if they didn't, they did the lip syncing pretty good. Much better than in Sparkle. Oh my God, I won't even go there with that horribleness. But if they were lip syncing, they did a really good job. I thought it was funny. I thought it was upbeat. Now, I don't think it's going to win any awards anywhere, but it was a funny movie. If you're going and you need a laugh, this is the place you want to go. You definitely you can take your kids, take a girlfriend, and even if you want to go with a guy friend, a boyfriend, or whatever, I believe that he'll be able to get through this movie. It's more like a chick flick to me, so I don't think guys will really want to sit through it. Boys singing in choruses, I don't know. I always think only the fruity boys, sing in the school choir, but they were in a college setting, and they had competition, state competition, regional competition, and they were forming these new groups and things like that to try to, make your group the best. And they had the Troublemakers and the Bella something group, and all these groups had different names, and they would have sing-offs and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty neat. And again, maybe you've seen Glee and you know, you've been there, done that, but since I haven't seen it, it was all new to me. I liked it. I thought it was upbeat from start to finish. I was happy that I saw it. I definitely needed it after watching Unconditional, because again, it had me boohoo crying. So Pitch Perfect came right in and saved the day, put me back in good spirits, got me all worked up and hungry, so that I can go and chow down at Four Rivers Steakhouse or Smokehouse later on. We laughed the whole while. I think if, you know, from the youngest kid to the oldest big kid from 8 to 80 will love this movie, because it is, you know, funny and upbeat and all of that. And they did songs from the 80s and 90s and even to, you know, up to date songs. And it was just really funny. Good to see. I'm glad I saw it. I'm sure they'll come in pretty good at the box office, because again, it was funny. And I don't want to keep being redundant about it was funny, it was funny, it was funny. But it was. So I think you'll love it. Rebel Wilson, girl, you are going to definitely either have your own show or be the main person on you know, a big time movie, big screen. I don't know, perhaps you already have your own show. I don't know anything about that, but I haven't seen you on a lot of different movies, but you're definitely well on your way, because you are too funny, and you just get out there and do the dang thing, and I love that. Keep repping for the thick girls, the fluffy girls, and it was a pleasure seeing her. And anybody else on there? Oh, I'm going to have to look this guy up. I don't know what his name is. I'm going to call him Jack Black Jr., the singer, the lead singer for the Troublemakers. I'm saying now that he's probably related to Jack Black, and I would not be surprised if he is, because he looks like Jack Black. He acts like Jack Black, and he sounds like Jack Black. So maybe I've been living under a rock. Perhaps he is, and somebody else will be like, that's his brother, which would make sense, because he is like the carbon copy of him. So I'm going to look him up now and see. Perhaps he is related to him, but I thought he was pretty good in the movie as well. It was all like I said, a nice little fit. And the little Asian girl who would barely speak. All of it was pretty funny, pretty cute. I didn't see any, I was just about to say, I didn't see anything that didn't really fit. The whole vomit scene, yes, vomit. And projectile vomit. They could have done without that. Both times in the movie. I thought it didn't really fit. But I guess maybe the second time around. But it just didn't fit. It didn't work for me. That was probably the only part in the movie that I thought, what was the reason for that? Who thought, like it was a filler, like they just did some stuff, and that didn't make any sense to me. But anywho, with that, so that's that part. They could have clipped both of the projectile vomiting. And on the last note, the commentators, the man and the woman who were doing the commentating at the competitions, I thought they were a pretty good match. Kind of vulgar, but pretty good, pretty witty, and kept things moving. And especially at the end, at the very last competition, they were doing air guitar. She was doing air guitar on his leg. I was rolling in the aisles with that. I just thought it was so funny. And so with that, I'm just going to say, go out, see the movie. I don't think you'll be disappointed. You will laugh, 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 laugh. And of course, you'll help increase their box office, making you poorer and them richer. Alrighty.